So hey guys, I turned down MrBeast, and I want to explain to you guys why I did that, because clearly, as somebody who's on YouTube, it would have put me in front of hundreds of millions of new people. So it would have helped our community here grow. Like, it definitely would have been something that would have benefited me in a large way, especially since the offer was for $500,000. That's a $500,000, bro. And believe on everything, I could use a $500,000. I am not a millionaire. I'm a thousandaire. Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. But I turned down MrBeast because honestly, at the end of the day, I have to be able to look myself in the mirror and I have to like the person that I see. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what my thought process was. See, I got this call while I was in Alabama, working with Chris Hansen in the Blount County Sheriff's Office, doing a bust on people that are child predators. It was a great opportunity. I got to do that because of the X5 podcast. Those dudes are my homies. Chris Hansen is a homie of mine, and they all invited me to come out and be a part of what they were doing. It was an incredible thing. But first I got the email, then I had a call with somebody from MrBeast's team, and I'm sitting there thinking, a $500,000, getting in front of hundreds of millions of new people who might like my content and might come and join. This might be a thing that is a huge catalyst for growth. As far as being on YouTube, I couldn't wrap my mind around being on a channel with a dude who literally put a convicted, registered child predator in content that he made for kids. There are people out there who might be like, yo, Jimmy didn't know. Jimmy knew. And we're talking, of course, about Delaware. Now, why do we call him Delaware? Because that's what MrBeast calls him. Everybody else has their regular name, but this guy, the registered child predator, went by the name Delaware, and they put a mask on him. Why would they put a mask on him and give him a nickname? Well, because he is a registered, convicted child predator. I can't get down with that, man. Like, I used to let my kids watch MrBeast. I used to watch Jimmy's content, and I enjoyed it. But when it comes down to the morals behind it, it wasn't a deal breaker for Jimmy that he had a child predator on his staff. Knowingly had somebody who hurt a kid on his staff while making content geared for little kids, and he put him in videos for little kids to watch. That is some stank coochie energy, my friend. As a dad, as a human being, as someone who wants to protect kids, it's a deal breaker for me, dog. It's a deal breaker for me that it wasn't a deal breaker for you. I understand that people that commit these crimes, we let them back out into society for some reason that I don't understand. They don't go directly into a wood chipper, but they have to get some sort of employment. It shouldn't be anywhere around kids, homie. It shouldn't be at Disneyland. It shouldn't be at schools. It shouldn't be at churches and youth groups. And it damn well shouldn't be on kids' content on YouTube. So I had to say no. And it was something that wasn't even really a wrestle for me. I didn't have to grapple with myself mentally. This wasn't like emotional turmoil. I mean, the idea of getting $500,000 and getting out in front of a bunch of people, it might have felt nice, but it was not something that I could do. Because I love the fact that I can look myself in the mirror and know that I'm not the type of dude who's for sale like that. Now, to even get this phone call, they wanted me to sign an NDA. That's a non-disclosure agreement, saying that I wouldn't discuss this. I didn't sign the NDA, and they gave me the call anyway. I think that they really wanted me for this episode that they're doing. I think that they thought that I was gonna take it, because when I told them, no, I'm sorry, that's not something that I can do, the lady stopped and paused, and she was like, you understand this is for MrBeast, right? I do. I understand. That's why I'm saying no. That's why I'm saying I can't do it. That's why I will not be doing this episode, because it's with MrBeast and because of what he did when he put Delaware on there. Now, the Ava Chris Tyson thing, there is plausible deniability. I don't know for a fact that he knew that Ava Chris Tyson was a weirdo who liked to groom and entice children. I can't prove that. Jimmy gets the pass on that for plausible deniability. But when it comes to the Delaware thing, man, he knew. Even Jake the Viking came out and said, yeah, dude, Jimmy knew. Jimmy knew what Delaware was convicted of. He knew what Delaware's charges were, and it wasn't a deal breaker for him. He gave him the opportunity to work on kids' content that was going to be broadcasted out to children. That's weirdo shit, bro. You're a real life weirdo for that, Jimmy. And I'm not working with that. Now, I sort of wrestled with talking about this or not. I might get crucified for talking about this because let's be fair, Jimmy is the biggest channel. MrBeast is the biggest channel on YouTube. And he's got a lot of power and he's got a lot of sway, not just in the YouTube world, but in a lot of different channels within the entertainment industry at this point. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I'm not for sale. I'm never going to be for sale, especially when it comes to the safety of children and supporting child predators. Bro, you could hire anyone, dog. You could literally have hired anybody, but you made that conscientious choice. You thought about it. You were like, registered child predator, should I hire him or not? I mean, what do we do here? We make videos for kids, and it wasn't a deal breaker. And that's weirdo shit. And the fact that it wasn't a deal breaker for you means you are a deal breaker for me, dog. I won't support sympathizers. I won't support people who can turn a blind eye, look the other way, and just let it ride. I want you guys to imagine something with me really quickly. Imagine that you're Delaware's victim, and you're perusing YouTube one day, and you happen to see a video that has hundreds of millions of views on it, and you're like, cool, I'm gonna check this out. And you start watching, and you realize that the strange man in the mask with the nickname is the person that hurt you as a child. As a literal child, how would that make you feel inside? You see, it doesn't have to be me, and it doesn't have to be my kid. It happened to a child, and that's enough for me. But imagine how that person must have felt when all of this came out and Delaware was actually named. Even if they didn't innocently happen upon that video, imagine how they felt when they found out that MrBeast decided that they were gonna hire him. They were gonna put him on videos for little kids. It must have felt disgusting and devalidating, and it must have traumatized them all over again. And I, for one, am not somebody who is going to be a part and a participant in anybody's situation like that. That's never gonna be me, dog. I'm always gonna keep it 10 toes. I'm never gonna be for sale. It doesn't matter if it's 500,000 and millions of views. I do not give a shit. I spent enough of my time in my life as a drug addict and a criminal not being able to respect myself, and now that I've found a way to love and respect myself, there is nothing on this planet that I'm gonna give that up for. I hope that we can all come together and decide that this is a line that nothing and no one should ever cross. And if they do, they're cut. Because pedophiles are not people. And we should be giving them absolutely no quarter. We definitely should not be involving them in stuff that has to do with children. So that's the story of how and why I turned down MrBeast. I appreciate you guys riding out with me today while I stare into this camera and yell, I love you. I love each and every one of you. You guys are my community. You are my family. And what you guys have done riding out with our platform has changed my life. It's changed my wife's life. It's changed my kids' lives. And I want to thank you for that. And I want you to know that I take it in the highest esteem and highest regards that you guys would spend your time listening to me, watching me, commenting, hitting that like button. That shit matters, bro. Our lives are fleeting, so the fact that you found some value in something that I said enough to want to watch more, and you continue to show up and show out and ride with me, I take it as a serious responsibility, and I never want to let any of you guys down. And I know that I made the right choice by turning down MrBeast. So thank you guys, I appreciate you. Till the next one, it's all one love, baby. Be good or be good at it.